A group of North East Valley residents began about 5 years ago to make their own plans to tackle climate, energy and related economic changes. They called themselves Transition Valley 473, and since then they've been involved in activities including planting fruit and nut trees on private land to provide a free source of food. The group also plans to make the most of fruit trees already established, something member Kristen Bracey is here to explain. Good evening, Kristen. For those who are not aware, can you tell us what Transition Valley 473 is, how it started?
Okay. Well, as you mentioned, there's an international transition towns movement, and Transition Valley is part of that wider movement, but we're residents mostly in the North East Valley, Pine Hill, Normanby, Ōpōho area, and the 473 in our name is the beginning of all our phone numbers in that area. So there were a group of people who had attended a Sustainable Dunedin living class in 2008, and when that finished they wanted to keep working on sustainability issues, and they decided to form a transition town in our area.
Now you're planning to organise a community fruit tree harvest. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually I should just make clear it wasn't our initiative, but we're supporting it. So it was started a couple of years ago, I think, by a youth member of Sustainable Dunedin City, but we quickly saw our food and garden and community orchard group could see that, you know, it was very much along our lines of thinking too. So we came in to work alongside them and other volunteers and Presbyterian support. And this year we've taken, you know, perhaps a stronger role in it, but it's still very much a partnership. And the way it works is people who have fruit trees that perhaps they can't harvest themselves or they're not going to use all the fruit can contact us and tell us where their tree is and when the fruit will be ripe, and we organise other volunteers to come along and help pick the fruit, and then there's other volunteers who help preserve the fruit. So we've got both experienced preservers and people who want to learn how to preserve, and we just try and get people together. So that, you know, is a really nice community event as well.
Now you've mentioned Presbyterian support. You're also working with Sustainable Dunedin for this particular initiative. What kind of roles will those organisations take?
Yeah, well, Presbyterian support this year, or towards the end of last year, put in a funding application to Sustainable Dunedin City's Big Green Challenge, and they were successful. So that's helped pay for sugar and other ingredients we need for the preserving as well. And and who else did I say? That's Sustainable Dunedin City's role, and Presbyterian support. Yeah, they put in the funding application, and again we all use each other's networks and other networks to put the message out that we're looking for trees with fruit, pickers, preservers. Yeah.
Are there still plenty of people around who know how to preserve fruit?
Yeah, there are quite a number of people who do, particularly older people perhaps, and really they're very keen and generous about sharing their skills. So if anybody wants to learn, I really encourage them to get in touch, and we'll match them up.
And what do you intend to do with the results of the picking and the preserving?
Yeah. Well, most of it we're donating to the food bank, but the tree owners and all the volunteers are welcome to take, or, you know, to have some of the produce as well. And in fact, we had our first workshop on Saturday at Dunedin North Intermediate School, and then we were working on plums, and we made, I think, about 50 jars of plum jam, chutney, bottled plums. And also we had some zucchini that was donated, so we were using that as well.
Nice. Now the group's been going for a few years. How is it faring in terms of members and community support?
Yeah, I think we're doing well. I think we are always looking for more people. It's part of sustainability and long-term planning to keep bringing new people in, so nobody, you just have new energy coming in. So yeah, we'd welcome new members, but certainly in the food and garden and community orchard group that I'm part of, we have regular helpers at our weeding working bees and caring for the fruit and nut trees that we've planted.
And you have a website as well?
Yeah, we do, and people can find more details about all our activities there. So probably the easiest way is to just Google Transition Towns and then look for the Dunedin North group.
From Transition Valley 473, Kristen Bracey, thanks very much for your time.
Okay.